Okay, this is my favorite hip stretch. This really does help relieve any tightness that you may get in your lower back if you're sitting down for a long period of time. So what are we doing? You can do this on a hotel bed, you can do it on a table, on a desk. If you're going to stretch out your right hip, you're going to swing the right leg up, okay? What we notice, if you're really tight in your hips, your leg will be up like this, okay? So what I want you to think about doing is aim to get the knee right in front of the hip, and then I want a right angle with that front part of the knee, okay? So standing nice and tall, the foot on the floor should be straight, it shouldn't be turned out. So if you're gonna stretch the right hip, right knee is in line with the right hip, stand nice and tall, and then stick the right glute back. Okay, you should feel this stretch in your right glute and hip. You shouldn't feel any pressure in your knee. If you do feel pressure in your knee, you can move that knee out a little bit to the side, okay? Also, one thing I want to make sure you're doing is stand nice and tall and stick the backside back. What I don't want to see is this, where you're rounding in the lower back to get more of a stretch in the hip. You will feel more of a stretch, but you're getting more of a stretch in the hip because you're moving from the lower back. We want to get more of a stretch in the hip because we're moving from the hip. So stand nice and tall, stick the hip back. If you want more of a stretch, bend the knee that's on the floor. I want you to hold this stretch for a minimum 60 to 90 seconds. And what you may notice is the more you hold this stretch, the more that stretch moves up a little into the lower back. Okay, but this is an amazing hip stretch to help relieve some tightness you'll get in your lower back, especially if you're sitting down for a long time. If you're going to stretch the left leg goes up, stand nice and tall, stick the hip back, hold for about 60 to 90 seconds. Sometimes you want to go through that twice, but it's an amazing hip stretch that when your hips get tight, your lower back gets tight, and this can be a great way to relieve some tightness in your lower back, especially when you're traveling a lot.